Excellent defense from Torian Prince. Forced that turnover. And then the foul the other way.
So the game is over. Looks like the Memphis Grizzlies are going to hold on and defeat the LA Lakers. I mean, Jeannie Buss said that basically he's still the coach, that nothing's going to happen to Darvin Ham. But when you think about it, I mean, they're never going to tell their their real intentions to the media. No one's going to say, oh, we're going to fire Darvin Ham. Like, they're just never going to tell the media that. And if a move needs to be made, basically what it comes down to is that the Warriors won today, and you know, yeah, they're playing hard, but they're playing hard for competitive pride. I believe that if they're playing hard for Darvin Ham, that they don't blow a 10, 12, 13 point lead. Now, it's time to relax because everything's fine. It's a movie. It's all showbiz. It's a script. It's entertainment. So you gotta relax because this is the greatest show ever. There's supposed to be drama every single year when it's the Lakers and LeBron in town. You know, a move will be made at the trade deadline to kind of fine tune the bench a little bit. A new coach in here is going to get this team to play hard again every possession. Winning a title with as player coach. You know, I think if Phil Andy is coach, I think he may have experience. He never was a former player in the NBA, but he was with player development with the Lakers. He was with Goldie LeBron James for 4 years with the Cavs. He spent an extra year in the Cavs, if I'm not mistaken. And he won a championship with the Raptors. So he's got a good background, you know, if he's able to have quite a fine, polished resume. Just he's not the reason why the Raptors won the title, but it does take good coaching when the Raptors have these role players to win a title. So it's an in-house candidate. He's familiar with the Lakers. He was the head of player development from 2011 to 2013. He spent, I think, 9 years with Goldie LeBron James. Now it'd be his fifth year with LA. He spent 4 years with him at Cleveland. So uh, I can see an imminent firing in the morning. I kind of saw the Grizzlies winning the game. You know, watching the game early on in the game, like it's like, oh, they're still playing for Darvin Ham. They're still battling now. You know, they could have easily won this game, but they didn't. They blew a 10 point lead, right? I mean, so do they want Darvin Ham out? Is Darvin Ham basically? It comes down to money. It comes down to if the Lakers lose out on the play and all that. If it's all due to money, then Darvin Ham is gone. If they're in 11th place, then there's just no choice. Now they're never ever going to tell you what they actually think and what they actually are contemplating head to head with the media. There's just no way. Of course. I mean, think about it. The kiss of death for a coach is when they get the backing of the owners. You know, he's still our guy. He's still doing a good job. Whatever. That's generally the kiss of death. And now, if they say that they're still sticking with Darvin M, they're not ready to tell the media yet. But if they fire him, then you know, basically they'll tell us it's happening once it becomes official. It's over for Darvin Ham. It's just part of a movie. I mean, no sane coach left up the chance would be throwing the players off, throwing their rhythm. So again, it's the magical Mamba style title. You need a Mamba style mentality to come back down 10, 50, 20. How many points down? 26, 24. This what we are about to do right here. This football last motherfucking baller in the world if you're a number 5, number 6, number 7 team, and you're going to tell all these teams at the top, we whipping your ass, motherfucker. Very easy to do that when you're clearly the best team. You see, all these teams are predictable. These number 1 teams that have won over the course of time. These Warriors team are predictable. They were number 1 teams, right? Clearly the best teams. Shaquille O'Neal is Lakers, clearly the best team. Michael Jordan's team's number 1, clearly the best team. Magic Johnson, all of his championships were basically number 1, number 2, number 3 seeds. I went back and checked every championship of Magic Johnson. This championship right here is going to separate all the rest of it. This is what Kobe died for. He died because he knows this is about to be the greatest championship. This may be even greater than 2015-2016. I mean, the Cavs won 57 games that year. They had a nice system of shooters. They were lights out from the arc. But obviously, the Warriors won 88 games and 73, a difference of 57 to 73. Obviously, this is the greatest NBA finals upset. This one may be right up with them. This one may be right up with them. This is greater. The 35th combined title, the number 3 championship for GOAT King LeBron James, and the number 5 championship are his 2 greatest championships ever. I have always seen the championship happen in this way. It wasn't supposed to happen last year, but damn, it sure as hell looks like something was going on after the Lakers and the Celtics advanced to the conference finals. But right here, this is the same exact script, except the ultimate outcome is happening. So I was right. I absolutely was right. This is going to be a legendary Lake Show. The legendary LeBron Lake Show. The greatest show ever. Mamma mia. Every round, they're a big underdog. He really is Jesus. Figuratively speaking, Jesus. He's not Jesus literally, but figuratively speaking, he is the king. He is the Messiah. This will be just like Argentina winning the 18th World Cup, 18 months after Messi was the king after losing to 51st ranked Saudi Arabia. This has the same feeling, that same magic before Christmas, this magic for the Lakers for the next championship since that title at the magical land of Disney World. That is a genius concept that is actually happening. And I prefer it to happen that way too. We have already won. This is the greatest future in basketball history that you cannot miss out on. You basically won huge over 4 years. What do I care if GOAT King LeBron James has won the last 3 years? 99.9% of the world thinks he's done. Why did Kobe die again? Because Kobe could sit here and say, hey, I'm king. I have 5. You have 4. What? You got what? Why would Kobe die if it was about the ego that killed him? The ego killed him. GOAT King LeBron's the greatest. Kobe could care less about stats, right? So like, he didn't die because GOAT King LeBron becomes scoring king or anything. He died because GOAT King LeBron James about to surpass him. He's about to win the greatest championship ever. That's what Kobe died for. GOAT King LeBron James winning his 6th ring. Go ahead, stay in the trance, believe in the propaganda. We all seen where this team was before. They stopped playing in December, whatever. Remember, it's called Crypto Arena. It's volatile up and down during the day, during the months, in the years. Crypto can go sky high or ba-boom, kaboom. Everyone, the rich guys at the top, they sell all at once to bring the aggregate value down in real time. Pretty much inside trading in crypto. So Lakers look really, really down, like they're the worst team out there. They were high rolling during the NBA Cup. It is just like crypto. Now that Kyrie ain't going to LA. He will not win any rings without LeBron James. This is another reason why LeBron is the greatest. He was the only guy that could make Kyrie Irving function. As player coach, just like Bill Russell in the championship, that Bill Russell basically died because the Lakers are about to surpass the Celtics, and it wasn't going to happen during Bill Russell's life. But people are going to say LeBron is player coach if Phil Andy is the coach. I believe he is player coach. The title of my video is going to be player coach. Type in player coach in the Gematria, see what the value is, see what meaning you can derive from the value of player coach. I already see it. Yeah, because it's about to go down. They'll never ever sit here and say he's getting fired right before the game. Of course, they're just gonna sugarcoat it. They're gonna play it off. Oh, we like the great job he's doing. Of course.
There's no question about that. Now,
I believe the Lakers. I think that it'd be good for the NBA to dominate the headlines with football dominating Saturday, 2 games in the afternoon, whatnot. Why can't the NBA have a scripted firing and kind of take over the headlines a little bit? Because we're talking about goalkeeper LeBron James. Even though I believe C.J. Stroud is a good quarterback and seeing a rookie quarterback in the playoffs, just goalkeeper LeBron James and the Lakers would dominate much of the headlines in ESPN and Sports Center if they does. Because the Ravens and the Steelers, it's like the Ravens are going to sit down, even though I think the Ravens can still win that game. The Ravens starters are going to sit down, obviously, and you can play off that game, whatever. Pittsburgh's done, let's focus on the other matchups, whatever. But goalkeeper LeBron James can really dominate that. Just so they're already talking about Michigan and Alabama throughout the whole week. So why not have something else that dominate the headlines a little bit? So yeah, a firing will probably happen. Phil Jackson, Phil Andy. The handyman comes in handy, This dude in his 13th season in the NBA. Kobe, the 13th pick, his birthday 8/24. Just Phil Andy's perfect. He's great. I think guys who are not players make better coaches because these guys want these guys to play hard all the time. Darvin Ham was a player, so he'll kind of like, hey, we can relax a little bit, whatever. But I think he's gone. He's got to go. I think he's going to get fired. The Lakers are in 11th place. I think, they're definitely going to fall into 11th. It's like if they choose to keep the coach and just change some things a little bit and say, hey, we're going to rally, whatever. Like if they keep Darvin Ham and say this is the rallying point against the Clippers, and the Lakers are going to beat the Clippers. This will be a wake-up call. It'll be a turn. Basically, it's like, it's a wake-up call. If like, hey, like we are in 11th. Like now's the time we got to flip the script and be the greatest show ever. And we're going to ride this with Darvin Ham. Or on the inverse, we'll just have goalkeeper LeBron win another title in front of fans. They fired David Blatt, and Tyronn Lue took over and won the title. Basically, there's a goalkeeper LeBron's coach got fired, and that was his last title in front of fans in 2016. So if Darvin Ham gets fired, that's obviously a great sign. Like regardless, the Lakers coach has to be a guy who practiced and coached up Kobe. Phil Handy and Darvin Ham are the only 2 guys that I see being coached because the coach has to have a Kobe tribute. And this guy, Phil Handy, he may have worked with Kobe. So yeah, get ready for it. 46 total wins in the playoffs for Goat Keenan. 42, 3 in the play-in. That's the 45. Kobe's 45 years of age. Kobe knows what he's gonna die for. That's 45 total wins in the playoffs in the play-in. It's gonna be 45 because 3 play-in wins and 42. And basically, Kobe gets a statue 45 days before the finals. Is that correct? I think so, because today would have been 45, so it's about the 45, the 45th playoff series win, the 45 play-in and playoff wins for Goat LeBron James as Alika. It's a Magical Mamba style title as Goat LeBron ties Magic Johnson. The Mamba element, the magical element. You can't have the magic take over without having a Mamba assassin mentality. Well, they were a favorite. They were the favorite in the bubble. Everyone knew the Lakers were going to win that title. For the next title since the bubble title at the magical land of Disney World, Gokila Bachi has to be the ultimate underdog. And this will be the greatest Lakers championship ever. The greatest Lakers championship has to be won by LeBron James. And in the greatest championship ever won by the Lakers, they surpassed the Celtics. You can't script it any better. Now the CBA, and understand something, the Lakers and the Celtics is going to have record-breaking profits. Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't make himself wealthy without the Lakers and the Celtics. So Giannis Antetokounmpo wants the Lakers and the Celtics. He wants a bigger contract. These players all want bigger contracts, so they're all going to want the Lakers and the Celtics next year. It's all about money. These guys will rig games because it maximizes their money. This will make Kevin Durant more money. This will make Devin Booker more money. This will make Stephen Curry more money to have the tie-breaking Celtics-Lakers title with the Celtics as the big favorite. It all makes everybody more money when their next contract comes up. That's what it comes down to. They got the international viewers with Jokic last year. Now this year, and you think about the D-backs Rangers, that was such a low-rated World Series. And then, baseball says we're going to put our superstars at the biggest stage. Then right after the lowest-rated World Series ever, that's when you heard about Juan Soto to the Yankees and then Yamamoto and Ohtani to the Dodgers. It's not a coincidence that this all came right after the lowest-rated World Series. And after one of the lowest-rated NBA Finals ever, they're going to get ratings all across the world because every basketball fan in Asia and Europe and what have you is going to know who the Celtics and the Lakers are. They're probably going to root for these two teams before any other team because they're the most successful teams. Lakers, Celtics will bring in the foreign ratings, maybe even bigger from foreign countries, but domestically next year, it is going to be a record-breaking profits for the commissioner and all of the other owners of the association. It's going to make the Denver Nuggets owners richer. They got their title. They don't care if they lose against the Lakers because they got the championship. The fans are happy. But now it's about the owner making more money for his pockets by having an insanely rich TV deal with all of the networks. So this is great. I love where this is at right now. You don't want to miss out on this big payday right here. Because it's happening. It really is that easy. Don't play mind games with yourself. Don't. What's 53? 53 is COVID. King LeBron, Anthony Davis. That's 53. Kobe died right before COVID. 53 months. Kobe died for this championship. He died for this championship. So probably sometime tomorrow, I imagine the guy's got to be fired. I mean, it'd be bad for the Lake guys if they're not on TV, if they're not in the playoffs, because the owners they like money, right? And if the players are really mad, they're mad. There was a crap. They probably quit on the coach in the fourth quarter. I don't know. I thought the Grizzlies would win by 20, but they played for competitive pride in the first half, and then they pretty much let up and lost the game, executed the part in the script. You know, that's what it comes down to. 11 losses since the NBA Cup, 11th place, about the Bill Russell, 11 titles. That's that's why we see all the 11s right there. Because the 11's gonna be all be a tribute to Bill Russell. This may have been the 12th loss in the conference. But 19 losses for the firing of Darvin Ham. You can win your 19th title, your 18th NBA championship, and you have your one NBA Cup. I like where the 19 it relates to all of this. Yeah, well, Walt Disney is also 19-1 light path. Again, the magical Marble Star Championship. Nailed it with the Grizzlies. Nailed it with the Grizzlies. Because LA's 13 are playing against LA Clippers. This could be the 26th game against the conference for the Lakers with the new coach in the year that Goalkeeper wins his 26th game in the NBA Finals. It just makes sense. NBA can dominate the headlines. The Lakers owners, need this team in the playoffs. NBA needs goalkeeper LeBron James in the playoffs. It's pretty much a lock. The Lakers are in the playoffs. All these people scared. Look at them; they scared. It's just like last year. I already know it's going to happen because I've already seen what has happened before. It's the same script, only someone completely oblivious would not see that this is the same exact script as last year, except the ultimate outcome. Yeah, they look like dog shit because this is entertainment at the end of the day. It's all a script. This is why he's called King James his whole life because he's the GOAT and he's the greatest. But yeah, look at every brainwashed fan out there. They think the Lakers roster sucks. No, they don't suck. No way. They blew the Pelicans out of the water. They beat the Clippers. I mean, we've seen some good wins. They battled head to toe with the Celtics for 3 quarters of the game. What have you? They came back from 12-0. So you already know what the Lakers are capable of doing. Absolutely. I think it's great if the Lakers are not the number one, number two, number three record from February to March, all of that, because they haven't really played the Warriors yet, and there's only one game against the Nuggets, so there's gonna be some tight games coming up for goalkeeper LeBron James. They'll probably avoid the Nuggets before the conference finals. Got to see how the seeding works with that. See where the Lakers gonna be 7 or 8 or what have you. Goalkeeper LeBron has to be the king at Colorado. The king is 38. Colorado's 38. Colorado's the 38th at Mid State. He's the greatest player ever. We already know he's 194th win in the playoffs going to happen to win the West. The Denver Nuggets is 194. So we already live and breathe the script. We already know what is happening. We already know what's happening. Now, if goalkeeper LeBron James don't face off against the Mavericks and they face off against the Clippers instead, for example, then goalkeeper LeBron James will defeat the Mavericks in 2026 with the New York Knicks. Because he's riding that horse and he's chasing Michael Jordan. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. That's probably the symbolism with the Mavericks right there. That's a long, long chase. Get on that horse and keep on riding. Keep on riding. Go keep LeBron James. Don't stop. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. They did lose. So that's part one. Part two, is he still the coach? Or are they going to fire him? They're going to say, "Hey, time's up. Time's up. Time's up." Let's see this. This was 1 hour ago. Maybe that was 2 or 3 hours ago. Hi, Darwin says we are all aligned. But again, management could say one thing to Darwin Ham and do the complete opposite behind closed doors. That's what it comes down to for the brass. It'd be quite a story if Darvin Ham can ride this out and win the championship, carry the Lakers from 2-10. So this ain't a big deal because I've already seen it happen. I've seen the Lakers become the best team right after starting 2-10. So it was basically 0.3% chance. Remember, Lakers shocked the world. They're doing it again. I know the numerology of Kobe's numbers. I know the numerology of 2024. Nothing can stop them but them in 2024. He's going for 6 after this year. It's time to start dreaming because it's happening. But dreams come true at Disney World. It's time. We've already seen it last year. They beat the champs. Lakers beat the champs last year in last playoffs. They're going to beat the champs again in this postseason. They beat the champs last year. They beat the champs again this year. Let's go. Let's go. Well, yeah, it's a marathon, obviously. Don't worry, the season will begin right after the Super Bowl. Right after the Super Bowl, the Lakers know the world will be watching. They ready to turn it up. The season begins after February the 11th, and I will be looking at the Lakers win-loss total during the time of the Super Bowl. How many games the Lakers play? Well, every team will play the same amount of games, so that'll be irrelevant, but what's the wins and the losses for the Lakers right on Super Bowl Sunday? It's going to tie into the winner. It's going to tie into the Lakers winning the championship 116 days after Prescott wins the Super Bowl. So it's coming. Get ready for it. Doc Rivers cannot be the coach because he won the Celtics their last championship, and as long as he's the only guy to win a championship with the Celtics, and the Celtics can invite him back to the Garden or whatnot. I mean, Kevin Garnett's going to kick him in the balls if he ever becomes coach of the Lakers. But I think out of respect for the Celtics, for giving him the opportunity to coach these guys and win a championship, Doc Rivers will, and maybe out of respect for the Clippers too, Doc Rivers would never ever become coach of the Lakers. So you need to forget about Doc Rivers. And I think Mark Jackson is at a comfortable place right now with the cushy. I can't believe they got rid of Mark Jackson. ESPN is trash nowadays. They trash. Well, fucking right, Mark. Time to get you a job. Time to get Mark Jackson a job. ESPN is trash. I mean, no one has any problems with Mark Jackson. So why did they get rid of Mark Jackson? Nobody complained about Mark Jackson. Oh, why did they get rid of him? But anyway, if he needs a job, there could be an opening very soon right here. As far as getting up to speed, as far as only a few months away from the playoffs, you do it with the in-house candidate. I mean, Darvin Ham's the boss, so everything is run through Darvin Ham's lens. Phil Andy is just only an assistant. He's a lieutenant. He's not the general. He's not the captain. Darvin Ham is the captain. If Darvin Ham goes, then you allow somebody else who may have a better way about putting the Lakers in the best position to win. I think these guys like Christie and Hood Schifano should not play. These guys are developmental. Lakers need to play the best lineups, period. And when these games become must win, then Max Christie will take a back seat. Hood Schifano will take a back seat. Did they want to execute the script and have the late guys in this position? They're purposely playing these developmental players. Are these rotations set up on purpose so the late guys can play really bad so they can set up the Magical Mammoth style script? I think these rotations may be done intentionally. Because again, it's just like wrestling. So if the rotations don't make sense, they're done on purpose, deliberate. So Lakers are not a top four team in the West. We'll see what happens tomorrow if they fire the coach and name the handyman as the new coach. The handyman may come in handy for LeBron James and company. Phil Andy, no pun intended. We'll see who's the candidate. But it'd be a great story for LeBron James, who won it'd be a great story for Phil Andy to win 2 rings as an assistant coach with LeBron James and to win the championship as the head boss. This would be quite a story written. Either way, a great story for Phil Handy to win his 4th ring, or for Darvin Ham to come back and shock the world again. 2-10 in a bad stretch to lead the team to victory. I would like to see. I like to see this happen for Darvin. But then again, it's all about rituals, maybe. And Phil Andy is born on the 8th month and the 24th day, so it may come down to rituals. But then again, a Michigan guy, Darvin Ham, Magic, Michigan State, beat the Pistons for his 5th ring. So, either way, Coach Ham or Coach Phil Andy, basically, I'm good with either guy, But this is the Lakers. They got to keep on talking about the Lakers. This dysfunction, so to speak, is what ultimately brings the entertainment in, the drama, the entertainment, the haters. Oh, you want a Mickey Mouse NBA Cup. A Mickey Mouse NBA Cup, and then the magical title for the first time since Disney World. Everybody hates Darvin Ham, but I certainly don't like what he's been doing during the last month. That's for sure. I don't like what he's been doing. Hopefully it's just scripted and he goes back to the regular rotations and it's all been set up so he can set the Magical Mammoth style title to intentionally lose these games with these inane rotations. So, I'm good with either guy, but he may be fired. But I hope that they can get on national TV on Sunday night and beat the LA Clippers and flex their muscles. That we have always worked. We always gonna keep on working and ride the ship till we get it back together. I believe we will. And it still is interesting. It is. I mean, the whole Tyronn Lue took over and LeBron James' last title in front of the fans. His coach was fired, and if Darvin Ham gets fired, then the first coach they go up against is Darvin Ham. So it may be scripted that way. That's kind of how I theorized. And the Grizzlies lost, so I mean they could have whipped their ass again. They were up by 10, 13, like it was over, right? Some of these turnovers didn't make any sense. It did not. But we'll see what happens right here. We'll see what happens. But you'll be up early in the morning. You'll be keeping an eye on your phone all day, right? I mean, steal the headlines, steal steal the attention away from the NFL. You get the news of the Laker coach. Everybody started getting excited about the playoffs, try to get back in the headlines, try to NBA get some attention there. They did it with the Draymond Green news and the whole Warriors thing, and now the Lakers can fire a coach, and then they bring in the coach, and then they'll be talking about the trade deadline. So that's what's part of this entertainment script showbiz. Fire a coach. We'll see what they do tomorrow, but I'm all good with this loss. I'm all good with it. I'm all good with the most legendary championship ever. I'm very excited for it. That's what this is what my Mickey Mouse NBA champion shirt's about, because it's about that very next title. That's going to be a very magical one for the first championship since they won at Disney World. I'm very excited for it. If Memphis were to fall to 5-4, it was the Kobe Bean Bryant Gamanche 54. But hey, they improved to 6-3, and Darvin Ham became coach on June the 3rd. So I wonder what that's telling us. It told us the day that he first became coach of the Lakers. Are we now reaching the ending? Is that why Memphis is 6-3 ever since Jay Morant played? Gotta see if this ties into the possible news. Yeah, I think that's all I needed to say right there. I mean, it combines to a lot of elements, but people are freaking out. They're going all anal right now. I mean, they all scared. They don't know what's happening, but I know what's happening, and it's going to be just like last year, except for the most ultimate outcome, which is the championship. Just 8 more wins. That's what it's about. 8 more wins. 2024 is 8. 8 wins short of the title. 2024, we get those 8 wins at the end of the day. So I'll have a good night. We'll find out what happens. Obviously, if he does get fired, we'll see if he correctly predicted the right candidate. And if everything does happen that way, then it'll just be a recap video since I pretty much said everything in the last one. So Grizzlies win, which did happen. We'll find out if the Lakers are bluffing and they're not going to tell Darvin Ham in the media that he's gone until the official announcement. I mean, that's just common sense. I mean, that endorsement of the coach is always the death warrant right there, basically. So we'll see what happens though. But yeah, I know. I'm wondering what's happening. I believe something's about to go down tomorrow, so we'll see. But I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, the Laker players didn't finish the job for their coach. It sure looked like it. They probably want him gone. And today is 6 days from Gold King LeBron's birthday. Yeah. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out what happens right there. We'll find out. Clippers would enter the game against the Lakers with 5 straight wins. It's pretty easy to predict Clippers over Pelicans. So, can the Lakers fire the coach and bring him in and end the 5-game winning streak for the Clippers? I'd be down with that. Because the schedule will beef up, obviously. They'll certainly play with more effort come February. I've seen what they've already did last year. They're a top 3 team, whatever, during last year. And I'm not buying the fact that they can't beat good teams. I've seen them beat the number 2 team Grizzlies. I've seen them beat the defending champion Warriors last year. I know we're going to do it again against Denver Nuggets. Send Jokic back to his horses. He's missing his family. He's just undergoing torture. Got to do this guy a favor. At that point in time, there'll be no doubt. If he wants to go home badly, scared in 6 games, Probably see 2 Game 7 wins, though. The win over the Celtics and the win over the Denver Nuggets. Mile high to the title from 11th place to number 1. Mile high is what it comes down. In your freak ass games last year, NBA, we ended these games this year. We already know the numbers and the code is on our side. 24 is Kobe's number. Gianna 2, Kobe 24, 2024. 70th NBA Finals, Kobe born in year 78 in 2024. It's going down. I mean, once Colt Keenabon does win the ring, I mean, the poll will be there. Which is a greater championship, 2016 against the Warriors or this championship with the LA Lakers to surpass the Celtics? I mean, you can make a good case for both of them, but I think this championship would be the greatest right there at that advanced age. Right there, these young guns running up and down, and Goat Keenabon James has to keep up with these young guys and use his head to go about managing his load in the best possible way. And he's seen lots of change with how the game has been played ever since he was a rookie. And then 10 years came in 2014, and the Spurs were moving it around, and the Warriors were popping threes behind. He really has elevated and adjusted his game over the centuries. Over the years. It may seem like centuries, but over the years, he has. Now, Kevin Durant does it because, again, you got to do gematria. Kevin is 25, Durant is 24. That's 24-25 season. I mean, that's just basic gematria. That's elementary gematria right there. 24-25 season. In the season beginning of the year of the Dragon for Kevin Durant. So I already know the Suns are winning next year. They're not doing it until Goat Keenabon wins. They'll win the finals next year, 2025. The Suns just come out to 25. It's just so elementary. It's hilarious. Of course, those Phoenix Suns don't have a chance this year. Lose the Suns, win next year. Goat Keenabon's the champion, and Kevin Durant at 36 years of age after the scoring king becomes champion. That's what it comes down to right there. Why did Kevin Durant wear number 7 with the Nets? He failed to be the guy. He fails to be the guy wearing number 7 in Brooklyn, but he does win a championship 7 years after his last title in 2018. It's that easy. It's right there. It's with the number. Just like Kobe's numbers, how does it tie into Goat Keenabon and the coronavirus and his next title in front of fans? You have to look at Kevin Durant's number 7 and see that there's a zero chance he's winning the ring until 7 years after 2018. That's what it comes down to for Kevin Durant. It's that easy. Don't go betting on those Phoenix Suns this year because they ain't got no chance of winning the championship. And Kevin Durant, he needs the bling. He needs Lakers Celtics. You got to understand why these players like these outcomes to happen that way. They know they're getting paid when they don't win. You'll put aside competitive pride and all that nonsense. Money's the easiest way to do that. How do you think all these players are going to Saudi Arabia in soccer? These guys want even more and more money for the bling and the clubs and the cars and on the mansions. The mansion there, the vacation home. Oh, they want more money. These guys are greedy gamblers that go invest in business ventures, all that. They want even more money. Even when these businesses fail or the money ends up in the wrong hands, the wrong people to trust who went behind their back. I mean, of course, these guys want even more money. The CBA, a new CBA is coming up. Lakers Celtics can do the job. Everybody wins when Goalkeeper Bond and the Lakers defeat the Celtics for the most legendary, the greatest championship won ever. Everyone ready to write off Kevin Durant. He winning the championship next year. I'd be ready next year. Goalkeeper Bond James. It's awesome. He's going to win. Then I'll see Kevin Durant win the championship for my Suns. I mean, what a time to be alive. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. His son gets drafted. Phoenix Suns win next year. Bronny James, the son, gets drafted. That's the talk of the draft. The new season begins when the draft happens. The son is the big talk, and then the Suns win the championship. It's that easy. Knowing what's happening next year, the NBA don't want the same team to make the finals out east. It's that easy. Anyways, gotta go to bed. I don't know if I'm gonna go out for a run or whatever. It feels great. It's 50 degrees outside. We'll see about the next coach. I mean, I am just like, you get the feeling that if Darvin Ham were to stay, that the Lakers would have won the game today. You get the feeling that it's going to be just like 2016 with the in-season change and LeBron James won the title. What I like to look at is the amount of time from the David Blatt firing to the firing of Darvin Ham. That's the one investigative thing that I'm looking out for right now. And to close out the video, the Dallas Cowboys in the divisional round, they will win their 79th game at Jerry Road, playoffs and regular season included. It will be 79 wins at Jerry Road before they travel to Santa Clara. And now how many games have the Niners lost at Levi Stadium? That's my next piece of investigative information. Because obviously, don't overthink it. Like, 49ers Cowboys is what sells. The big story is the Cowboys 49ers rivalry. The Cowboys can't beat 49ers. These guys own them recently. So yeah, it's about to go down. That's why I ain't drinking no liquor until January 28th. Because all the detox, and number two, it should be expected. You're facing out against the 49ers. Only when trophies are on the line for the Dallas Cowboys. They won every game at home. It should be expected to be in the NFC Championship game. It should be expected for the Cowboys to make it in the NFC Championship game with the scrub-ass team right there playing at home. Of course. Anyway, we be done. And this guy's toxic. Anyway, that is a troll right there. I don't get what's going on. But then again, I'm the guy who said Goalkeeper Bond was winning a fifth ring when he was 2-10. One was afraid to say he was retiring, that the season is over. It's like I'm the GOAT when Goalkeeper Bond's career is concerned. I already know what's happening because I already know who's the GOAT. That's what it comes down to. 99.9% of the world is ready to write off the Lakers. But there's only one Goalkeeper LeBron James. Will you be that 0.001% who embrace the Mamba mentality that it ain't over till the end? Because this is a Mamba mentality right there for Goalkeeper LeBron James. Imagine. He's pushing, playing every day, basically, this season. And he played through a foot injury, got the surgery on it. He played through that last year. The Lakers are playing for the championship, but what they're playing for is to make this the most legendary Cinderella magical championship ever. It's all going to come together. It'll come down. It will. I haven't seen. Well, they're showing highlights there, but what these guys need to talk about the Lakers. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I already can't wait for it. Anyway, I'm gone. If there is a new coach, then yeah, did you do a video on it? Just kind of talk about what I already said before. It'll be a spot on prediction right there. There's only one guy. I'd be very surprised if they bring anyone outside the organization. It just makes more sense as far as Bill Russell goes. That LeBron James will be player coach and win the title with Phil Handy. I think Phil Handy's going to definitely allow LeBron James a lot of say in these player rotations. Darvin Ham's the coach; he's the boss. LeBron James have to listen to him. I love the Phoenix Suns. Love the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, these guys will lose again this year. Don't worry about that. Lose the Suns. They'll be back next year. But yeah, you lose the Suns again this year. Lose your Suns. Lose the Suns. Yeah, it's perfect. The comeback Cavs is under 31. LA Clippers is under 31. So if the first game against the Clippers, then the championship has already been won. It has. The Phoenix Suns! No, the Phoenix Suns! You're disgusting. No, the Phoenix Suns. I'm God. Here we go.